The new addition to TrueSpace 6 are layers. Layers are implemented elegantly as you would expect. And while not so glamorous as some special effect tool, they're really fundamental in order to create and manage the more complex scene design. You can add new layers simply by clicking on the plus icon on the left side vertical toolbar, which can be dragged anywhere you want, like at any other toolbar. And if you turn also on the wire outlines on the objects, then you can immediately see how the scene groups into the layers. In this case, we have, I don't know, 7 or 8 layers, and we can selectively make them visible or invisible or locked, visible and locked, for easier editing. In this case, we eliminated a whole bunch of layers, and we can also change the color of the outline to make sure that we can indeed group the objects into categories and see very well indeed the layers apart. Not only we can create the layers and see them very well, we can also change the assignment of the objects from layer to layer. The best way to do that is from Scene Editor, where you can see on the left side we have color swatches corresponding to each color layer, and we can group the scene according to the objects, or we can group the scene according to the layers, which is this view. And in either view, we can select the brush and simply pick up the color of the layer you would like to assign to any objects, and simply dragging on the color swatches on the right side in real time, we can change the assignment of the object in between layers. That is pretty elegant technology, and like I said, it works both in the layer view or it works in object view. And it makes the job of designer much easier and much more elegant. You can, if you want, you could assign it through the text, like other applications do that, but we simply think that this is a faster way. Okay, so now let's look at some real objects, not just a bunch of cubes and boxes. We'll open up the scenes which somebody else designed, not I, and we can load the car. And like you can see, he has got a whole bunch of layers which are custom coded. And by turning all the layers off and turning them on again selectively, we can get the part of the car we would like to manipulate. We can do the same thing with the design of the chip. Actually, this is one of the earliest chips NASA designed, and it flew to the moon and only has 2 gates. But the design is pretty intricate. And again, if we make some layers available, we can manipulate them easier, both we are free from visual clutter and also the real-time response. This particular case, it would be more visual clutter rather than I can see that if I now manipulate these objects, there is more distraction on the scene. And finally, there's a pretty significant big engine model which I cannot move completely 30 frames a second. So the solution again is to turn the layers off and selectively turn them on one by one. And here I can select the part of the engine I'd like to manipulate or just see and move it around in much faster frame rate.